Hello everyone and welcome to episode 0.5 where I'll be going over some rule updates and changes. Now that I've been working on my Semi-Extreme Chunkman for a while now, it became clear to me that some of my initial rules were not fully clear and without loopholes. And additionally, I've settled on the herb lore and runecrafting issue. So let's start with the loophole, Puro and Implings on the surface. In my initial rule set, I had Puro purely as an experience training method and would not take any gear and items from it. This, however, led to the issue of what to do with Implings on the surface. As Implings are a valuable source for some hard to come by items for a chunk account, for example Dragonstones, they are going to be necessary for gear progression. However, I do not want to use them for their gear drops. So, to make my rule easier to follow and handle, I changed it to the following. So for all Implings, both Puro and outside, I am only allowed to keep resources, supplies, consumable jewelry, for example rings of forging, and tools. I am not allowed to keep armor, weapons and combat boosting jewelry like the Glory Amulet, Power Amulet or their unenchanted variants like the Dragonstone Amulet. Those will be dropped, alked or sold. I am allowed to process parts further though. So for example the battle staff drop from Eclectic Implings. If I for example get the air orb drops from the Coatl, I am able to use the battle staff to process it into an elemental battle staff. I am however not allowed to use the unprocessed battle staff as a weapon. And enchanting jewelry does not count towards this rule. So processing a Dragonstone Amulet towards an Amulet of Glory does not count as processing parts further, and is therefore not allowed, so no worries there. Exception to this rule are the Lucky Implings, as they are basically flying clue scroll boxes and will be treated as such. So any loot I get from them, I will get to keep. With their rarity, I think that's fair, and also does not give me hatred for alking a third HPs if I ever get so ridiculously lucky from them. I don't think my remaining sliver of sanity can handle that I have to alk one of those extremely rare drops from them. So with the Impling changes, I realized that some items will be a lot easier to obtain. Therefore, I am changing my secondary training method rule from a 1-to-1 drop to a 1-in-16 drop. This means that any monster that drops an item that can be used to train skills at a rate of 1-in-16 or less will trigger skilling grunts. As of making this episode, I haven't had a monster yet with those drop rates, so it doesn't change anything for what I already completed, but it will increase the difficulty for future rolls. Additionally, I am also not allowing myself to use boosts to complete tasks, so I must get the task level requirement in order to complete the task. So for example, for Summer Pie, I must get level 95 cooking, and I cannot boost from level 90 or 91 to complete the task. I must get level 95. Next up are the quest lock skills. So I don't think it's a nice sign to be locked out of herb lore and runecrafting until you complete the quests, and not even able to lamp them until you complete those quests. As some activities on Varlamore are locked behind herb lore and runecrafting, I will be unlocking them earlier without access to their chunks, but with the following conditions. So, herb lore. This is locked behind the quest Druidic Ritual, all the way over in Taverley and the Taverley dungeon. This will be unlocked for me once all 4 meats, the bear, rat, chicken and beef, have been obtained within my unlocked chunks. And once I have obtained them, I will minigame teleport or game necklace teleport to Bertop and walk down from there. And then I will home teleport back to Lumbridge and walk back the same way towards the Quetzal as I did for the Children of the Sun quest. This way I do not get experience outside from the quest reward outside of my unlocked chunks and only unlock music in 3 locked chunks. Skill progression for herb lore will be treated the same as farming. It will be passive but must actively be worked on. So as access to herbs and secondaries is very limited for me, I will stock up on them over time and then I will make a bunch of potions until I am out again. And for runecrafting, this skill is locked behind the quest Rune Mysteries in Lumbridge and requires travel to the Wizard's Tower and Varrock. I will do this quest when I roll the Perilous Moon's quest start chunk. As this quest has a level 20 runecrafting requirement, and I want to include as much as Varlamore into my grinds, I see this as a necessary unlock. I will only get new music between Lumbridge and the Wizard's Tower, as the way to Farrock has already been traveled, and runecrafting skill requirements will not include multiple runes, only new runes or gear requirements or the Guardians of the Rift collection log, whatever method I will get access to. So yeah, getting a level to make the maximum amount of air runes in one go, that's not going to be a task for me. But if I roll, for example, the chunk for blood runes, I must get a runecrafting requirement to make blood runes. So for the following subject, I would like your input, as this is something I've been contemplating, but I'm still on the fence about. So I've seen a few chunkers implement a reward for obtaining skilling pets and level 99 skills. As the chance for a chunker getting the skill cape locations is quite low, and pets are insanely rare for most skills and bosses, so obtaining those could instead be rewarded with the Chunkman's greatest reward, a new chunk. The only reason I'm contemplating this instead of saying I am not doing this is because of content. The higher skilling and bossing requirements can take quite a while to complete, and although it doesn't change much for me, it could make the videos a lot more enjoyable if it doesn't include only clips of performing the same action over and over or killing the same boss over and over. It won't take away from the grinds, it might even add worse ones, but it could spice things up. And this extra roll will only happen very occasionally, so it's not very game breaking. There are like 23 skills in the game and 8 skilling pads, so it's going to be a maximum of 31 extra rolls that will be possible. And they could really break up the monotonicity of certain grinds. But as this can have a big effect with lucky rolls, I wanted to get your input as a viewer on this matter. So please let me know down below what you think of this. Additionally, I will put a poll up on my community page where you can vote for the different options, and I will leave that poll open until the scenario happens. And then I will comment down below what at the moment of it happening was like the highest voted option, and that's where I will go for. So it can be open for quite a while, but check it out. So yeah, those are the updates that I wanted to share with you guys. And yeah, please vote for your preferred option. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.